Hello friends, welcome back to the new video of KillMath. So today we are going to discuss midpoint and its converse problems. So before going into the video, I would request you to please subscribe to my channel and like the video and share it to your friends. So without delay, let us go into the video. So in the previous video, I have said about the midpoint and its converse theorems and the proof. So in this video, we'll be dealing with the problems based on midpoint and its converse theorems. So now let us go on to the first question that's on your screen. D, E, F are the midpoints of the sides AB, BC and CA of an isosceles triangle in which AB is equal to BC. So what they are asking to prove is prove that triangle DEF is also an isosceles triangle. So now let us see what is the actual question. So I hope you know what is an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle is nothing but a triangle in which two sides are equal and the angles opposite to that sides are also equal. That is called as an isosceles triangle. So I am drawing a triangle over here. So this is a triangle and they said to name it as ABC. A, B and C. And D, E, F are midpoints of sides AB. So D is for AB. So D is for AB. D. D is for AB and BC is to E. So for E I am writing here. That is for BC and F for AC. So now we have to join this side. So we have to join it is like this. Okay. Now what they are asking to prove is DEF. So this triangle which you can see in between, so that is also an isosceles triangle they are asking to prove. So they are asking to prove that is also an isosceles triangle. So before that they said AB is equal to BC, right? So AB is equal to BC. AB is equal to BC. Now what is required to prove? To prove is triangle DEF is isosceles. That is an isosceles triangle. So now if you carefully observe, according to the midpoint theorem, if a line joining two midpoints in a triangle of or two adjacent sides midpoints of a triangle, suppose it is joining, this line is joining two midpoints, then this line will be parallel to this line and this line will be equal to half of this below line, and this one will be for this one and DE for AC. This will be parallel and equal to half of them. So as they have said in this one, this triangle we have to consider, we can take any two sides and prove those. So what two sides we should take is, we should better take these two sides DE and EF, because these two lines are equal and we can prove them, so on. So now let us go into the proof. So now, according to the midpoint theorem, according to the midpoint theorem, you will get DE is equal to half of AC, DE is equal to half of AC. So as this is joining these two midpoints, these are midpoints, it is given in the question. As it is joining two midpoints, and it will be equal to half of it, and it will be parallel also. So we need not write parallel now, just to represent equal to half of it, that's enough for us to prove it is isosceles, as DE is equal to half of AC, and same way it is also mixing this one. This is also joining FE, that is two midpoints in this triangle ABC. So it will be also equal to half of AB and as well as parallel to AB. So that will be EF is equal to half of AB. EF is equal to half of, so half of AB. Half of AB now. Now let us see what else we can do with this help of diagram. Now in the question you can see here AB is equal to BC. So if this one AB equal to AC, so half of AB will be also equal to half of AC. Am I right? AB is equal to AC, so half of AB is also equal to half of AC. You know, when whatever we do in the RHS, we have to do it in the LHS also, and when we do it, whatever we do in RHS and we do on LHS, so that will be correct, that will be balanced on the either side of the equals to. So that I have done here, I have done half on both sides. So now I got half of AB is equal to half of AC. So when I got half of AB is equal to half of AC, so DE and EF also will be equal. So DE is equal to half of AB we are having. So, and what else we are having is EF. EF also we are having half of AC. But we know, okay, this one we are having this one is AC and this one is AB. So now we know half of AB is equal to half of AC. I have proved here. So now half of AB is equal to half of AC. When these two are equal, so these two also must be equal, because this is equal to this one, so this will be also equal to this one. This will is equal to this one, so this also will be equal to this one. So DE is equal to EF, DE is equal to EF is equal to half of AB, which is equal to half of AC. So now what we need is DE is equal to EF. From this we can take out DE is equal to EF. Now just come to diagram. DE is equal to EF. DE, this line is equal to EF. And these two lines are equal, we can say the triangle DEF is an isosceles triangle because these two lines are equal. So any two lines are equal in a triangle and that triangle is known as isosceles. And that opposite you can take, so this line opposite will be this angle, this line opposite will be this angle. So those angles also you can take. So that is an isosceles triangle. So these two angles also will be equal, and that is not our concept. So this triangle is an isosceles triangle. Now let us move on to the next question. We have proved it. At last you can write hence proved. So now let us go into the next question. So the question is on your screen. So just have a look at it. Pause the video and have a look at it. So I hope you have done that. D and F are midpoints of sides AB and AC of a triangle ABC. So a line through F and parallel to AB meets BC at point E. Prove that BDFE is a parallelogram. I'll draw the triangle here. Okay. Yeah. Now what they are asking to prove is, okay, they said it is triangle ABC. Here they have said it is triangle ABC. A, B, C. Triangle ABC. And D and F are midpoints. D and F are midpoints of sides AB and AC. D for AB. So they said midpoints D. This is midpoint of AB, and C for AC. It is F for AC. Okay. Now a line parallel through F, a line through F and parallel to AB. Line through F and parallel to AB is nothing but, so this is AB, right? So this is AB and parallel is nothing but like this it will be. So from here it should originate. So let the line be like this only till here. A line through F. So though it go also there is no use, so I have drawn till here. A line through F and parallel to AB meets BC. So from here it is originating and it's meeting BC, and it's meeting BC at point E. So this point is known as E. They have said it is in the question. So that is point E. Now what they are asking to prove in the first bit is prove that BDFE. So BDFE. So BDFE, for this we have to draw a line again. So this one. Okay. Now you can see this figure. BDFE. So this one you can see that is a parallelogram. We have to prove. First you should know what is a parallelogram. So when the two opposite sides are equal and parallel to each other, that is known as a parallelogram. But in order to prove one quadrilateral is a parallelogram, we can take any two sides, or we can take all the sides and prove that they are parallel, or when we take all the sides we should prove that the opposite sides are parallel to each other. But when we take only two opposite sides, we should prove that they are opposite as well as equal to each other. So now let us see what we can prove here. So now what is required to prove is, what is required to prove is BDFE is a parallelogram. BDFE is a parallelogram. This is the short form of writing a parallelogram. Now proof. Now proof. So just come here. So as this is a triangle, and you know D and F are midpoints of AB and BC respectively. So as a line DF is joining them two midpoints D and F respectively, so then we can definitely obviously apply the midpoint theorem. So DF will be parallel to BE, DF will be parallel to BE, and DF also will be equal to half of BC. Half of BC, not BE, half of BC. So we can write DF will be parallel to DC, parallel to DC. So DF will be parallel to BC. Okay. And DF will be equal to half of BC. That we have to write. DF will be equal to half of BC. Now one side, so this side we have proved these two are parallel. If we prove that DF will be equal to BE, then definitely we can say that this quadrilateral DF BE is a parallelogram, or we can prove the another pair of sides are also parallel to each other. And we can say that by now, you know, these two lines are parallel because it is given in the question itself. A line through F and parallel to AB. So a line through F and parallel to AB. So AB is parallel to FE. So DB is lying on AB. So definitely DB also will be parallel to FE. So that we can conclude over here, that is DB is parallel to FE. So DB is parallel to FE. Okay. FE according to question. I have no place to write here. You can write it there in your notebook according to the question. Now I have proved the both pair of opposite sides are parallel to each other. Or else you can also prove that as D is midpoint of AB, AD will be equal to BD. We know. And BD is parallel to EF. So DF will be equal to half of BC. Like that also you can prove. So definitely BC will be equal to BE plus EC. So BE will be equal to EC will be equal to half of BC. So that is like that also you can prove. as DF is equal to half of BC, you can prove like that. But what I prefer is like this I have proved, as it is simple. One is given in the question itself. Okay, now second part of the question. First part is done. Now second part of the question. Find AB if EF is equal to 4.8 centimeter. So find AB if EF is equal to 4.8 centimeter. Now AB is equal to 4.8 centimeter. You know D is a midpoint, so BD will be equal to AD, which whole will be equal to half of AB. So BD will be equal to AD because D is the midpoint. BD will be equal to AD. BD will be equal to AD, which whole will be equal to half of AB. So which whole will be equal to half of AB. But full AB is given that 4.8 centimeter. Okay, sorry, not AB. EF is equal to 4.8 centimeter. Okay, then this is not needed actually. Just BD. Now BD will be equal to EF. So you can pause the video and just get the reason. I hope you have done that. BD will be equal to EF because you know in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal and parallel. So this is a parallelogram we have proved just now. So opposite sides also will be equal. So BD will be equal to EF. BD will be equal to EF. Opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. Opposite sides of parallelogram are equal over here. So when they are equal, you know EF is equal to 4.8, so BD also generally will be equal to 4.8 centimeter. So BD will be equal to 4.8 centimeter as EF is equal to 4.8 centimeter. So now what they asked is what is the value of AB. So what is the value of AB? So what is the value of AB? We can find by just now I have done, that is AB, this whole AB is equal to half of BD and half of AD. As D is a midpoint, BD will be equal to AD, which will be equal to half of AB. So BD will be equal to half of AB. That we have got to know. BD will be equal to half of AB. Now on transposing 2 onto LHS, will be getting 2BD is equal to AB. So what is 2BD? 2 into BD, we are having the value 4.8 centimeter. Here you can see the double underline one, 4.8 centimeter. So 2 into 4.8 centimeter is equal to 9.6, that is nothing but AB. So now AB value is equal to 9.6 centimeter is equal to AB. So AB will be equal to 9.6 centimeter. Okay, I hope you have understood one. So we have done with the both the parts of the question. Now let us go on to the next question. Now let us go on to the next question. The question is on your screen. The following figure shows a trapezium, and that is on your screen, the figure. Now in this we are having ABCD, in which AB is parallel to DC. I hope you know what is the trapezium. Trapezium is nothing but any one pair of opposite sides. Any one pair of opposite sides will be parallel. So any one pair of opposite sides will be parallel. So in this trapezium we are having this DC and AB parallel to each other. Okay. Now what else is given is P is the midpoint of AD. P is the midpoint of AD here. AD, P is the midpoint. Now PR is also parallel to AB. So PR is parallel to AB, but we also know AB is parallel to DC. So PR is parallel to AB is parallel to DC. These three are parallel with each other, parallel to each other. Now, before going into the question, let me ask you something. That is, when two parallel lines are drawn and one transversal is going on, you know what all our angles are equal to each other. You know corresponding angles, alternate angles and alternate angles. So they all will be equal. So that all you have to know. So that we won't discuss in this chapter. We'll be just going with them. Okay. Now what they are asking to prove is PR is equal to half of AB plus CD. So PR is this line is equal to half of AB plus CD. So AB plus CD should be equal to half, and when these two sum is half, so that results in PR. Okay. Now here we have to draw a construction. So a construction is, that is, you can see in the question itself. Question that draw BD. Draw BD. So here you can see this line I have drawn. So why I have drawn is in order to get the triangles, and then we will get the problem solution easily. So now in triangle ABD or ADB, whatever it may be. So in triangle ADB, this one you can take the triangle. So here PR is parallel to AB. So when PR is parallel to AB, P is midpoint, that is given in the question itself. You can see over here, P is the midpoint. And P is midpoint, and from midpoint one line is going, and that is parallel to another. So by converse of midpoint theorem, you know the converse of midpoint theorem, right? When a line from the midpoint in the triangle is going to the another side parallel to the third side, bisects that another side. So this line PQ bisects this DB. So I will be writing here the same thing, PR. So proof. Proof I am writing here. Proof in triangle ADB, PR is parallel to AB and PQ is parallel to AB. So PR is parallel to AB, so PQ is lying on that line, so PQ is also parallel to AB. So PQ is parallel to AB by converse of midpoint theorem. So MP is nothing but midpoint theorem. By converse of midpoint theorem, I will get PQ bisects BD. PQ bisects BD. So PQ bisects BD, that means that DQ is equal to QB. DQ is equal to QB. So that is what. So when this is proved, Q is proved that it is midpoint, we can apply the midpoint theorem. This trick I have already said in the previous video. When once we have proved the converse of midpoint theorem, we can also prove that midpoint theorem also. We can also apply midpoint theorem over there. So what is midpoint theorem? A line joining these two midpoints will be parallel to this line. So it is also already parallel to this line and equal to half of it. So that is main important. What we want is PQ is parallel to AB as well as equal to half of AB. PQ is equal to half of AB. That is, in bracket you can write by midpoint theorem. Okay, now we got this one. Now ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to CD. So PR is parallel to CD, so these three lines are parallel to each other. In this, we can take QR is parallel to CD because this is also line points lying on PR and PR is parallel to CD, so QR is also parallel to CD. And Q is midpoint of BD. As Q is midpoint of BD, now consider this triangle. In triangle BDC, in triangle BDC, we are having Q as the midpoint and this is a line parallel to DC. As this is a line parallel to DC, we can apply the converse theorem. So converse of midpoint theorem, again this bisects this line bisects the third side. By here we can prove that R is a midpoint of CB. we can prove that R is midpoint of BC. Yeah, BC. I will explain you now. Q is midpoint that we got in the midpoint theorem of before triangle only. As Q is midpoint and one line going to the another side and that is parallel to the third side, so we can apply the converse of midpoint theorem. So you know what is converse of midpoint theorem? A line parallel to another line and joining from one midpoint to another, and that is called converse of midpoint theorem. There we can apply converse of midpoint theorem. So that will be parallel, that will be bisecting the third side, so that will bisect BC, this line. So RC is equal to RB. Bisecting is nothing but dividing into two equal parts. RC will be equal to BR. When RC will be equal to BR, R is midpoint of BC. So now it is midpoint. We have proved by converse of midpoint theorem. So now a line joining two midpoints and parallel to another, so not parallel to another, it is just a line joining two midpoints. We can say that by midpoint theorem QR is equal to half of DC. QR is equal to half of DC by midpoint theorem. By midpoint theorem. Okay. Now what is asked in the question is PR is equal to half of AB plus CD. QR is equal to half of CD. Now what is PR? From the figure, PR is nothing but PQ plus QR. PR is nothing but PQ plus QR. So I am proving here itself. So I hope you noted the construction. So PR is equal to PQ plus QR. So when PR is equal to PQ plus QR, just come here. PQ here we got something. PQ is equal to half of AB. So that value you just remember, I am writing here. So PQ is nothing but half of AB. And QR you are having from the figure, QR is equal to half of DC. You can see here, just now we have proved QR is equal to half of DC. So I am writing here half of DC. So here plus is there, so I am writing plus. PQ we have half of AB and QR we have half of DC. Okay. Now, yeah, PR is equal to half of AB plus half of DC. So PR will be equal to, on taking, I will take half common here. On taking half common, we'll have AB plus DC. So that's all what they asked to prove over here. AB plus DC or CD, whatever it may be. PR is equal to half of AB plus CD. So that's all. Now let us go on to the next question. We have proved as we have proved. Next, let us go on to the next question. The last question. So in triangle ABC, P is midpoint of side BC. A line through P and parallel to CA meets AB at point Q, and a line through Q and parallel to BC meets median AP at point R. Prove that AP is equal to 2AR and nothing but half AP is equal to AR. We can prove anyways, and BC is equal to 4QR, nothing but QR is equal to 1 by 4th of BC. Now let us think how to solve it. Now, so what they said is, in triangle ABC, so in triangle ABC, yeah, in triangle ABC, P is midpoint of BC. First we have to name it A, B, C. For BC, P is midpoint. So I'm not having place to write down, so I'm writing it just a bit up. Okay, now I'm having A, B, C. That is nothing but the triangle name, and P is the midpoint of BC. So BP is equal to BC. Now a line P, a line through P and parallel to CA, a line through P. So a line through P and parallel to CA meets AB at point Q. So this is a point and that point name is Q. That is meeting on AB, so it is point Q that is given in the question, and a line through Q and parallel to BC. Okay, and a line through Q and parallel to BC. So again a line from here and it is parallel to BC meets median AP at point R. Meets median AP. So meets median AP, I hope you know what it is. Meets median AP. Median is nothing but a line that is bisecting the two either sides into two equal parts. That is called as a median. Okay. Now meets median AP is not. So we have to draw first median. Let us draw median. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, meets a median AP at point R. So this is meeting at point R. This is parallel to this one and this is parallel to this one. Okay, now prove that AP is equal to 2AR. AP is equal to 2AR. So AP is equal to 2AR means half of AP is equal to AR. Nothing but we have to prove that R is a midpoint. R is a midpoint of this AP line we have to prove. That is in order to just confuse you, they have said like that. Now let us think how to solve it. Just pause the video here and think how to solve it. I hope you have done that. Now let us see the proof of this one. Okay, proof. Now in triangle ABP. ABP in triangle ABP. First, just consider this triangle. QR is parallel to BP. That is given. Actually, Q and this line, let us take D, ABCD, and this whole line is parallel to this one. They have already said. I have not drawn it parallel, but it is parallel as it is given in the question. So QR is parallel to BC, so BP, because it should be definitely parallel to BP also, because BP is also lying in the same line segment. QR is parallel to BP and BP is a point on BC, so QR is parallel to BC and QR is parallel to BP. Now, by converse of midpoint theorem, as this is parallel and this is midpoint joining here, this is median, so this will definitely cut this one into two equal parts. So by converse of midpoint theorem, this will be equal, AR will be equal to RP. You know, that's what we have to prove. AR will be equal to RP, as this is a line from here and median, so median cuts this base, so as it is joining and this line is lying in middle, so it definitely cuts this part also into equal halves. So as it cuts this part into equal halves, we are having R as a midpoint. When R is a midpoint, so AR will be equal to RP. So R is midpoint by converse of midpoint theorem. By converse of midpoint theorem, we are having, by converse of midpoint theorem, AR is equal to AP. AR is equal to AP. So AR is equal to AP, but this whole is equal to half of AP. This whole is equal to AP, and as this is midpoint, this will be half of AP. So those two are midpoints, they are half of, so it will be equal to half of AP. There are half parts in the AP, so they will be equal to half of AP. So now from this equation, you can see here, from this equation, AR is equal to AP is equal to AR is equal to RP. Here we have to write RP. Here we will have RP. AR is equal to RP is equal to half of AP. Now we have to prove AP is equal to 2AR. Now just consider this one, AR and half AP. AR is equal to half of AP. So on transposing 2 onto RHS, we will be getting, onto LHS, 2 multiplied with AR is equal to AB, and that's what we have to prove. So hence proved. We have proved here. So we are also having the second bit also to prove, I guess. Yeah. BC is equal to 4QR. BC is equal to for QR. Now let us think how to solve it. For this we have to draw a small construction that we have already done before, but now I am saying RD. As before we should have only drawn till here, but I have drawn till here and that construction is done before to us. Now this is a construction. If we have not done it, you can do it now. RD we have to draw, and that is parallel to BC. We have to draw it is parallel to BC. Now as RD is parallel to BC, you can also write here RD is parallel to BC. So RD will be definitely parallel to PC also, because PC is also lying on BC. As R is a midpoint, that we have just now, that is before only we have concluded R is a midpoint. As R is a midpoint of AP, this line, R is a midpoint and one line is crossing and that is parallel to another. So we know by converse of midpoint theorem, AD will be equal to DC. AD will be equal to DC by converse of midpoint theorem. As this ARD bisects the third side, nothing but AC, AD will be equal to DC. AD will be equal to DC, so D is midpoint of this AC. So again, as this is a line joining two midpoints by midpoint theorem in this triangle, RD will be equal to half of PC it is. RD will be equal to half of PC. Sorry, BC. RD will be equal to half of PC. Sorry, it is half of PC. Half of PC. But when you take this whole one, you know Q is midpoint. We have proved just now in the first bit. Q is a midpoint of AB. And now just now we have proved D is a midpoint of AD. Now a line joining these two midpoints is parallel to this line. So no need of parallel also. A line joining these two midpoints, we can apply the midpoint theorem for this whole triangle ABC. So by midpoint theorem, QD will be equal to half of BC. By midpoint theorem, QD will be equal to half of BC. I am proving here QD will be equal to half of BC. QD will be equal to half of BC. But we know RD is equal to half of PC. RD is equal to half of PC. RD is nothing but half of this QD, as R is a midpoint. Now we can get that QD is equal to half of BC as well as, now QR is also is equal to half of BP. Before, if we think of the midpoint theorem, this will be equal to half of BP. QR will be equal to half of BP. QR will be equal to half of BP. When QR is equal to half of BP and RD is also equal to half of PC. RD is also equal to half of PC it is. RD is also equal to half of PC. Now just consider what is BC from the figure. BC is nothing but BP plus PC. BC is nothing but BP plus PC is equal to, from the figure you will be getting QR and QD. This whole is half of BC, but this one whole QD is nothing but QR plus RD. RD you are having half of PC, and QR you are having half of BP. Half of BP plus half of PC. Half of BP plus half of PC. Now I'm just writing this 2 again. Half of PC plus half of BB plus half of PC. But here QR plus RD is equal to half of BC. You know that QR plus RD is equal to half of BC, and now you can see QR plus RD is nothing but 2QR or 2QD. You can take 2QR because QR is equal to RD, so QR is equal to QR we can take. So 2QR, here we can take 2QR is equal to half of BC. Now on transposing the 2 on LHS, we will get 2 into 2 QR is equal to BC, and 4 QR is equal to BC. 4 QR is equal to BC, and that's what they asked to prove. 4 QR is equal to BC, or BC is equal to 4 QR, whatever it may be, we can take anything. So BC is equal to 4 QR. We have proved the both, so you can write hence proved. So we have proved everything. So that's all for today's video is friends. Thank you all for watching my video. Do like, share, comment, and please subscribe to my channel and like the video and share it to your friends. So we are near to 100 subscribers, so share it to your friends so that they also gain some knowledge, and subscribe it to my channel. So thank you for watching friends. Thank you.